Greetings, one and all, to the most cursed, most cringiest corner of the internet. A YouTube channel content creator actively alienating everyone in both the analog and digital world. Well, welcome and good evening, you wonderful dice of all alignments. I am Lunar D8. First off, I need to make you understand the current situation. Yes, that would be extremely helpful at the moment. Leon's expression seemed nonplussed, angry, and confused, all at the same time. Over here, it'll be faster to see it for yourself. Wonderful. Please lead the way. Will signaled with his chin for Lion to follow him and spun around after snorting once in an unsatisfied manner. Leon followed him as though resigned to see Will's little show. As she watched them leave the chapel, Berncastel sneered silently at them, a cold smile on her face, as the Miko of the great witch of theater-going, drama and spectating, Featherine Augustus something Aurora, and as the witch of miracles, I, Berncastel, announce the start of this game. The tale's title is Requiem of the Gold Witch. Spin a tale fitting for Beato's funeral. Well now, let's see just how you drag out the guts. She watched until the pair had left the chapel. Berncastel's form evaporated into the empty air just as she had arrived. All that remained was her unpleasant cackling. Outside, it was still raining. When Cannon saw the guest and the successor approaching the reception desk, he bowed deeply. Good work. You can take a break now, so would you mind leaving? It's Cannon. Yes, as you wish. Cannon bowed deeply, then disappeared. Don't you remember the names of all your servants? Our family has many young servants coming in and out, and they're usually replaced quite frequently. Well now, what are you trying to explain to me? Who are you, and what business do you have with this family? Of course, there's no need to convince me. Feel free to head on home if you want. There is no going home. Not for me. Not for anyone. Could you please give that a rest? Stop speaking in confusing riddles like that all the time. Even I have limits to my patience. If you don't want me to see you off, should I call Genji or Goda? Don't freak out. Look at this. Yes, I can see that. It's one of the memorial roses. Are you going to show me some kind of magic trick? Will took one of the flower offerings, then showed it to Leon as though pointing out that there were no mechanisms or tricks. Then he slowly lifted it upwards. Watch. Yes, I'm watching. Is a dove going to fly out of it, or is it going to be flags and fireworks? Huh? Will threw the rose. Anyone would have expected it to fly in an arc and land in some puddle. it didn't, which was why Leon had been struck dumb. The rose thrown by Will certainly had flown in an arc. It should have sped on rapidly through the air. However, as soon as it passed out from the shade of the eaves and was about to reach the rain, it stopped right in midair, as though the air surrounding it had turned into syrup. That wasn't all. As it hung in midair, the rose's beautiful golden petals began to darken one after another, and it became a black husk, like burnt charcoal. And even after this happened, it remained suspended there in the air. What sort of trick is this? Ah! Don't move. Leon had moved closer to try and touch the remains of the rose, which still hung in the air. Will had roughly blocked the way with his arm. It was as though he was telling Leon that leaving this place meant certain death. This chapel has been cut off from the fragment. We're currently locked in a concentrated loop of time. What do you mean by that? Explaining's a pain, so I'll just give you the short version. Basically, unless we play along with that witch's game, no one can leave this place. What? The funeral is already over. I'm sure some people will want to return to the mansion or the guest house. We can't be locked up in here. If you've got a bone to pick, that witch is the one you're looking for. Being stuck in a place like this isn't any more pleasant for me. That girl's your friend, right? Make her stop all this weirdness. She's probably sitting in a spectator's seat with a bucket of popcorn about now. She won't come if we just call her. What on earth is going on? That short sentence described all of Leon's feelings at the moment. However, Leon had seen the rose will through, wither in an instant in the rainy darkness. Leon tried doing the same thing with another rose, but the effect was exactly the same. No one would want to use their own body to test this fearsome something that could make roses crumble instantly. There's only one way for us to be released from here. We have to play along with Berncastell's game. You mean the one about who killed Beatrice? That's what she's telling us to investigate. If you could fill me in, this'll go more quickly. That fickle bitch will be completely satisfied. You'll be able to get rid of the two of us, and I have a date with Diana when I get back. If I keep her waiting too long, she'll start tearing up the sofa again. Who killed Beatrice, you say? That's hardly something you should go barging into a funeral and asking the family about. Questioning the family is one of the basics of the mystery genre. Just give up and accept it. I do know that Beatrice is the mistress of Kinzo, the family head. Shocked Pikachu face. Ellipses. You really are a strange person. How do you know so much about this family? Are you sure you have no connections with us? Will knew this much about the ushiromiya family because Berncastel had shown him all of the fragments so far. Of course, he had no sort of connection with the ushiromiya family himself. The very plane of his existence was on a different level. However, Beatrice died a long, long time ago. According to Genji, she passed away before the mansion was completed. But the reason for her death is unclear. To be honest, this is the first I've heard about her being killed. Tell me about it. My name is Ushiromiya Leon Willard. Call me Will. For the first time, Will introduced himself. Their mutual introduction was finally complete, and Leon was finally able to talk with him on an even footing. However, Leon took a deep breath and looked up at the sky wearing a vague smile. Will-san? Call me Will. I'll call you Leon. Will. To be honest, even I don't know much about this person called Beatrice. I see. I guess it's called a game for a reason. If only Leon could have told him everything, revealing the truth without any effort from Will, apparently things wouldn't be so easy after all. Everyone who enters the Ushiromiya family knows the name and image of Beatrice. That's because of the massive portrait hanging in the entrance hall, isn't it? That portrait was first displayed in April of 1984. Seriously, how is it that you know so much? Well...